Chapter 91 Soul Bone Ownership. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 91, Soul Bone Ownership. Point 2 Identical Fantasy Gemstone Skulls. That's enough to drive anyone wild. But Ning Xiao wasn't interested in absorbing either skull. He figured these head spirit bones probably came from soul beasts that were only 2 to 4 years old. Even if they could be fused, the result would still be pretty weak. He wasn't impressed. He hadn't bothered absorbing the Jin Lingying's head soul bone last time, and that thing was almost 3,000 years old. Plus, he didn't even know what kind of soul beast these came from. Even if he wanted to level them up later, he wouldn't be able to because they were already maxed out. Ning Xiao had a couple of criteria for picking soul bones. First, something like what Xiao Wu dropped, with a ridiculously high age limit. Second, he wanted common soul beasts, like blue-silver grass, something he could mow down by the fieldful to rack up the years. He tossed the 2 soul bones into his storage bracelet and headed back to Tiando City. Is that a soul bone? In the spacious room, Rongrong and Ning Xiao were floored when they saw the spirit bones on the table. You guys better refine those quick. They're fantasy gemstone spirit bones, the high-grade gem type. Perfect match for your 7 treasures glazed tower, Ning Xiao said, totally chill, like soul bones weren't a big deal. Thanks, brother Ning Xiao. Ning Rongrong didn't hold back, snagging a soul bone with a grin. Ning Xiao hesitated a beat, thanked him, and then grabbed the other one. After Ning Rongrong got the diamond mammoth soul bone, Ning Xiao was green with envy. The soul bone abilities were insane. Now he was finally getting his own. Neither of them even bothered asking where the soul bones came from. That wasn't what mattered. It was the gesture, the incredible generosity. Just absorb them here. I'll watch your backs. With that, they found a spot and dove in. Soul bone absorption wasn't some drawn-out process. Ning Rongrong finished in half an hour, and her giddy expression made it clear she'd struck gold. Rat's still soaking it up, so let's not bug him. Rongrong, you should get acquainted with your new soul bone skills, Ning Xiao said, putting a finger to his lips for quiet. Ning Rongrong immediately reined in her excitement, headed over to the sofa, and started getting a feel for what the soul bone could do. Before long, Ning Xiao was back among the living too. Boss Xiao, I can't thank you enough, he said, looking as hyped as a kid. Ning Xiao smiled. Alright, spill it. What's your soul bone ability? They're the same bones, so you and Rongrong should have the same skill. Got it. Ning Xiao eagerly shared his new skill. Soul skills, especially soul bone skills, were considered private for soul masters. You didn't just blab them to anyone. But Ning Xiao and Ning Xiao were tight, so no need for secrets. The soul bone skill for both of them was magic space. It boosted the mental power of their allies by 20%, and simultaneously established a mental link for mind melding. Plus, it weakened the mental power of enemies, buffing allies and debuffing enemies. That's crazy powerful. Ning Xiao even leveled up after absorbing the soul bone. He'd been playing non-stop, and the extreme training was clearly paying off. Add the soul bone, and boom. Level 39. One more level and he could hit 40 and snag his 4th soul ring. Brother Ning Xiao, wanna test it out? Ning Rongrong asked, practically bursting with excitement. Sure. Ning Xiao nodded. Ning Rongrong sidled up to him, and the 9 treasures glazed pagoda materialized in her hand. She didn't use any soul skills, but suddenly the scene around them warped, blurring his vision like he'd stepped into an illusion. Then, a colored beam shot out from the pagoda, slamming into Ning Xiao and clearing up the haze. He felt his mental power surge, and his ZG magic eye was sharper than ever. He also sensed a unique connection with Ning Rongrong, like a single thought could jump from his brain to hers. He didn't say anything, just mentally focused on needing more soul power. 9 treasures, the 3rd enhances the soul. Instantly, Ning Rongrong gave him the boost that was the mental link in action, transmitting commands through sheer thought. On the battlefield, you need to adapt fast, and a commander has to bark orders. Sound travels fast, but some places aren't great for shouting. This mental link was the perfect solution. Not only that, it made your orders crystal clear. No mistaking what needed to be done. Then he felt another order pop into his head. Use the first soul skill. Ning Xiao grinned. This was her playing around, testing the limits of her spirit bone. He snapped his hand out, and the chaos sword appeared with his 4 soul rings. He activated his first soul ring, and he was off like a shot. Of course, they were in a room, so he didn't unleash the full force of the skill. He just gave it a symbolic nudge, teleport. Another order from Ning Rongrong, and he obliged with a blink to a few meters away, Cloud Batwing. She was hooked, firing off commands left and right. Ning Xiao was happy to indulge her. Energy condensed behind him, and a 5-meter-long purple phantom wing shimmered into existence. The moment the Cloud Bat wing connected to the soul bone, Ning Xiao's mental power got a boost. Crystal wing cloud bats were known for being especially strong with mental power. With this surge of mental strength, he felt something strange, a primal urge to merge with Ning Rongrong, and she was feeling the same thing. Startled, Ning Rongrong dropped the illusion and stared at Ning Xiao in disbelief. Ning Xiao felt a weight settle over him as he replayed that moment. Suddenly, 5 words seared themselves into his brain: martial soul fusion technique. That feeling was way too close to a martial soul fusion. He knew if they really fused under that weird connection, their combined power would skyrocket. But from what he knew about martial soul fusions, it only worked with 2 similar and highly compatible martial souls, where they could complement each other, like the nether white tiger from the Dai and Zhu families, or the combined attack of the peerless dragon snake. But the bizarre fusion he just sensed wasn't a connection between martial souls. It was something between the 2 spirit bones. Does that even count as a martial soul fusion skill? That he wasn't sure, but that strange feeling had definitely grabbed his attention. If he could unlock its secrets, he could become a whole new level of strong. Brother Ning Xiao, what was that just now? Ning Rongrong asked, big eyes wide with curiosity. Rongrong, don't worry about it, and keep it to yourself. I'll figure it out, Ning Xiao said seriously. Okay. She nodded obediently. After calming Ning Rongrong, Ning Xiao turned to Ning Hao, who was looking incredibly drowsy, head bobbing like a student fighting sleep in class. Rat! Rat! Thought he had to yell twice to snap him out of it. Boss Xiao! Ning Hao was finally awake. That phantom space is wicked. It drains so much mental energy. I wasn't even trying to resist, and I almost passed out, Ning Hao said. He'd been testing the phantom space on himself. He had his own illusion space, so he knew all about the ally buffs. He wanted to feel the enemy debuff firsthand. It was a pretty intense experience, and it made him even more grateful to Ning Xiao for gifting him such an insane soul bone. How are your soul bone skills? But listen, soul bones are crazy valuable. If people know you have one, someone might try to off you for it. You gotta keep your soul bone skills under wraps during the elite competition, Ning Xiao warned. Understood, Ning Hao said, his expression serious. He knew the pull of a soul bone. Hu Yanli had to be escorted by his grandpa after the conference to prevent anyone from stealing his. You've been playing like crazy these past few days. You're probably worn out. Maybe you should sit out the next match, Ning Xiao suggested. Ning Hao's face turned grave. Boss Xiao, there are only 10 final rounds left in the qualifiers. Please let me finish them. I won't get a chance to participate in the subsequent promotions and finals, but I want to shine in this qualifier, he said with determination. Not everyone's immune to fame and glory, and this Soul Master Academy Classic tournament was the perfect stage. Ning Hao was still young. After all, playing 28 games straight had taken its toll on his soul power and mental energy. But Ning Hao wanted to go all out or regret it later. Alright, I'll protect you in the qualifiers. Nobody messes with my support. Let's see the 7 treasures glazed tower shine. Ning Xiao said, slapping Ning Hao on the shoulder with a look of encouragement. End of this chapter. Chapter 92. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 92. Next up in the number 19 qualifying round, it's Kamikaze Academy vs Shrek Academy. Shrek Academy has forfeited the match. Kamikaze Academy wins. The announcement echoed through the arena, triggering a wave of murmurs and outright shock. Shrek Academy, the Cinderella story of the tournament, had been on a roll, even managing to upset powerhouses like Weevil and Blazing Academy even when facing Tsanghue Academy yesterday, and before the audience realized it was a 7-in-1 fusion skill. Thinking it was just a regular martial soul fusion, Shrek somehow pulled out a victory against that godlike ability. Shrek always seemed to find a way, defying the odds and taking down stronger opponents. That's why their forfeit today was so unbelievable. In the ring, Feng Xiaotian looked crestfallen. Ever since Blazing Academy lost to Shrek, Feng Xiaotian seemed to have made a deal with them. He'd always make sure to show up and cheer for Shrek before their matches. Today, Feng Xiaotian had been hoping for a chance to test himself against Shrek, but they forfeited. Shenfeng Academy maintained their winning streak, but if he never got to truly beat Tang San, would his deal with Xiao Wu even matter? After leaving the stage, Feng Xiaotian checked to see what was going on. Apparently, the entire Shrek team was too banged up to compete. With that explanation, Feng Xiaotian couldn't really argue. Instead of leaving, he took a seat in the stands. His sister, Xiao Wu, had a big match coming up, and he wasn't about to miss it. Up next in the number 19 qualifiers, it's Blazing Academy versus Liuli Academy. Contestants, please prepare for battle in the central arena. The announcement sparked renewed excitement, quickly overshadowing the disappointment of Shrek's forfeit. Today featured two must-see matchups, Shrek vs Kamikaze, and Blazing vs Liuli. Nothing drew a crowd like a clash of titans. Nobody cared about watching underdogs peck at each other. The hype surrounding these two games had doubled ticket prices. Place your bets. Liuli Academy vs Blazing Academy. Will Ning Xiao play today? I've got inside info. Ning Xiao's sitting this one out. Follow my lead and get rich. Don't believe him. It's a scam. It's Blazing Academy, one of the big 5 elemental teams. Ning Xiao's gotta play. Alright, I'm betting 100 gold soul coins that Ning Xiao fights. I'm in. In the darker corners of the arena, bookmakers were setting up impromptu gambling rings, drawing a crowd. 14 matches were played each day, split into 3 rounds. This 9th battle was part of the 2nd round. This clash of powerhouses deserved the spotlight of the central arena. On the stage, the two teams took their positions. Blazing Academy stuck to their usual formation, dual power attackers flanked by dual speedsters, all-out offense. Xiao Wu held the center, with 2 fire-type soul masters behind her providing support. Xiao Wu surveyed her opponents and felt a flicker of annoyance. Liuli Academy had a trio up front, a man and 2 women. Xiao Wu recognized them, Zhu Zhuqing, Lu Qiqi, and Zhao Yi, all speed-type soul sections. Behind them were 2 power hitters, Su Haikua and Fang Sua, and in the back, stood Ning Xiao and Ning Hao. The control system, De Guyen, didn't even bother showing up. Seeing their lineup, Xiao Wu couldn't help but feel insulted. Ning Xiao hung back, clearly not planning to participate. No dedicated controller to coordinate tactics, just 5 attackers charging in. Did they think so little of Blazing Academy? Liuli Academy, how generous of you, Xiao Wu hissed, her chest rising and falling with anger. But she felt powerless. There were too many soul sects on the other side, and the level gap wouldn't be easy to overcome. Still, Xiao Wu refused to give up. With no control system and Ning Xiao on the bench, Blazing Academy could rely on superior tactics to pull off an upset. Both sides, release your spirits. The announcer called. The arena exploded with light as students summoned their martial souls. Spirit rings shimmered around the stage. Ning Xiao, however, remained still, standing silently next to Ning Hao. Sect Master Ning, it appears Ning Xiao won't be fighting again. Their opponent is Blazing Academy. Is your academy really that confident? Emperor Shui turned to Ning Fengji. Your Majesty, please be patient. Liuli Academy's talent extends beyond Ning Xiao. Everyone on that team is a rare genius. I have faith that Liuli Academy will prevail. Ning Fengji sounded supremely confident. Salas, standing nearby, kept glancing at Ning Xiao with a troubled expression. Ever since Ning Xiao's explosive debut in the qualifiers, Salas had been following his every move. He scoured the Spirit Hall's database for any record of Ning Xiao, but found nothing. Without a record of his martial soul awakening, his age and innate soul power remained unknown. And because Ning Xiao hadn't received any Spirit Hall subsidies, there was no way to track his level progression. Salas knew that the Seven Treasures glazed tile school was deliberately concealing Ning Xiao's information. They were likely compensating him directly, making Spirit Hall subsidies unnecessary. This boy is too dangerous. I must inform His Holiness the Pope and let him decide, Salas thought. 7 treasures, turn out and color the glaze. 7 treasures are famous, the second is speed. The match was underway. Ning Xiao quickly activated his support skills. He focused solely on boosting the speed of the 3 speed-type fighters in the front. The 3 burst forward, their incredible speed and the pressure from their optimal spirit ring sending shivers through the Blazing Academy team. Fang Suo and Su Haikua charged as well, slower, but still a powerful force to be reckoned with. Attack! Wushuang roared, and Blazing Academy moved into action with only Wushuang and one other soul sect among their primary attackers. Their momentum paled in comparison. Zhao Yi and Lu Qiqi were intercepted by 2 of the opposing speedsters. Wushuang planned to stop the fastest one, Zhu Zhuqing. He channeled his fire dragon, and the air shimmered with heat. He unleashed a fiery blast, sending a dragon of flames towards Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing glanced at the attack, then, she ignored it. Zhu Zhuqing, bent her legs, exploded upwards, leaping over 10 meters into the air, soaring over Wushuang's attack. Mid-air, she twisted her body and hurtled towards Blazing Academy's rear guard. Her incredible jump surprised everyone, especially Wushuang. Feng Xiaotian watched with growing concern. Wait, is that jump too high? Feng Xiaotian realized that Zhu Zhuqing could probably catch him even if he flew high into the sky. I thought Lu Qiqi was the only one who could effectively fight in the air, but Zhu Zhuqing's jumping ability is insane. We'll have to rethink our strategy against Liuli Academy. As a captain, Feng Xiaotian recognized the shift, his mind racing to adjust. All members of Kamikaze Academy wield the wind attribute and can fly. Their advantage in the elite competition lies in their aerial mobility. They relied on flying to quickly attack ground targets, overwhelming opponents. While Feng Xiaotian had respected Liuli Academy, he'd still believed Shenfeng Academy had the upper hand. Even with numerous soul sects, Shenfeng Academy could prioritize dealing with Lu Qiqi, then pick off the rest with aerial attacks since they lacked ranged abilities. But now, facing someone with such terrifying jumping ability, who moved so gracefully, like a cat chasing a bird, Feng Xiaotian found himself facing a new challenge. Zhu Zhuqing somersaulted in the air and covered tens of meters in the blink of an eye. She landed behind Wushuang and Wu, diving straight for the back of Blazing Academy. Without hesitation, Zhu Zhuqing unleashed Yuming 100 claws on the support players. Blazing Academy's support wasn't true support, they had some offensive capabilities using fire. But against a speed-type attacker with a level as high as 47, their attacks didn't pack enough punch. Zhu Zhuqing's afterimages and claw strikes immediately overwhelmed the 2 support members. Wu, seeing her support team in danger, scowled. She cursed Zhu Zhuqing in her mind. That was a dirty trick. Wu rushed to reinforce her support, combining with 1 level 43 control-type soul sect and 2 level 38 support-type soul masters. They barely held Zhu Zhuqing at bay. However, Zhu Zhuqing's speed and agility were too much. Even with Wu's resistance to fire, she couldn't stop Zhu Zhuqing's assault. And since Zhu Zhuqing was behind her, Wu couldn't leave, or her support would be instantly KO'd. Like father, like son. Feng Xiaotian, observing the battle from the stands, came to a conclusion. As much as he hated to admit it, Blazing Academy wouldn't last much longer. End of this chapter. Chapter 93. Wushuang #039, Best way to break the situation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 93, Wushuang's Gambit. Wu and her 2 teammates struggled to contain Zhu Zhuqing, whose spirit power clocked in at level 47, actually, it was more like Zhu Zhuqing was the one holding them back. 7 treasures, first, might. 7 treasures, third, spirit, that while the Blazing Academy was getting hammered, Ning Xiao from Liuli Academy was doing his part, too. Even with just 3 spirit rings, he was a master of distraction control, perfectly allocating his spirit power to support his allies. A burst of colored light washed over Fang Suo and Su Haikua, immediately boosting their strength and spirit power by 40%. Both were close combat fighters, so that strength boost meant they could hit even harder. Second spirit skill, Bear's Fury. Fang Suo roared, his second spirit skill kicking in, bulking him up even more, with the 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda buff, plus his own Sangxiong's wrath amplifying his strength. Fang Suo was hitting harder than even a spirit king at that moment. His massive bear paws rained down on Wushuang. Even though Wushuang wielded the high-level fire dragon martial soul, he was still just a level 42 spirit sect. He was completely outmatched. In the other 3 fights, Zhao Yi, Su Haikua, and Lu Qiqi, all level 42 and 43 spirit masters, were facing opponents at levels 38 and 39. And they had the 7 treasure glazed tile pagoda on their side. The gap was too wide to overcome. Liuli Academy didn't have a control-type spirit master dedicated to area control, but neither could Blazing Academy's control master be in 2 places at once. The level difference was insurmountable. Someone with the perception of Feng Xiaotian and Yu Tianxin could tell the Blazing Academy was doomed. They both looked grim. The 5 Elements Academy was united, and the Blazing Academy losing to Liuli Academy was humiliating. They felt powerless. That lineup of spirit sects was a tough nut to crack. Fists and feet collided, spirit skills flew. It was a real spectacle. The crowd roared, cheering Liuli Academy on, only making the Blazing Academy feel even worse. They never imagined their mighty Blazing Academy would end up as the backdrop to someone else's victory. Wushuang fought Fang Suo with everything he had, but he was already badly hurt. He knew that if things kept going this way, Blazing Academy would lose for sure. He had to find a way to turn the tide. He racked his brain even as he traded blows with Fang Suo. Then, he glanced at Ning Xiao, the one bathed in colorful light on the other side of the ring. In team battles, taking out the 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda spirit master was priority number 1. It was an unwritten rule that most spirit masters knew. With that kind of support, a team's fighting power doubled. In their matches, some people tried to take out Ning Xiao. But Liuli Academy also had a level 49 spirit sect of the control department. With her poison powers, anyone who got near Duguian would be incapacitated, so no one could break through her defenses to reach Ning Xiao. After that, people gave up on attacking the support. Duguian isn't here. He thought, this is my chance to deal with the 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda support. Ning Xiao is strong, but he hasn't used his martial soul, so his attacks can't be that good. My fire dragon flames are no joke. Maybe even Ning Xiao can't take it. Maybe I can take him out, too. Ning Xiao has no combat power, so he is going to be easy to eliminate. Without Ning Xiao's support, even if the remaining 5 are all spirit sects, relying on my sister's fire resistance, they can be picked off one by one. Wushuang's mind raced, and then his eyes lit up. Sis, fire resistance, Wushuang yelled. Hearing Wushuang, Wu glanced towards him and quickly threw a ring of fire resistance toward her brother. The fiery red ring spread rapidly. Fang Suo slapped at it, and with a loud thwack, he was knocked back several steps, his blood churning. Wu's 3rd spirit skill, resisting fire ring, could deflect any attack as long as the opponent's level wasn't more than 10 levels higher than hers. The powerful rebound could also backfire on the attacker. Wushuang's timing was perfect. Just as Wu released the resisting fire ring, he acted, too. He slapped the ring, too, and the powerful rebound sent a mouthful of blood spraying from his mouth. The stronger the attack against the ring, the more powerful the rebound. While the resisting fire ring expanded, Wushuang was thrown backwards. He happened to be flying right towards Ning Xiao and Ning Xiao. Clever. On the platform, Master Yu Xiaojiang praised him. With his insight, he could see Wushuang's plan right away. He was going to attack the Liuli team support. Wushuang wasn't an agility-type spirit master, so he wasn't fast, and Feng Suo had him pinned down. If he tried to run to Ning Xiao would see him coming a mile away. That would give Ning Xiao enough time to release his martial soul and attack, but the resisting fire ring was fast, and it launched Wushuang like a rocket. Even though he was hurt, he could reach Ning Xiao and Ning Hao in a flash. Trading an injury for a team battle advantage was a smart move. Ignoring his injury, Wushuang faced Ning Xiao. His fourth spirit ring flashed, and explosive flames gathered on his right arm, morphing it into a flaming dragon claw as he charged towards Ning Xiao. Wushuang barreled towards Ning Xiao, wreathed in flames. He was almost there. Ning Xiao still hadn't released his martial soul. Wushuang was ecstatic. Take out Ning Xiao, and Ning Hao would be a piece of cake. Just as Wushuang's flaming dragon claw came within a meter of Ning Xiao, he saw a grim expression on the other boy's face. That's when Ning Xiao finally moved. He didn't release his martial soul, he simply raised his right hand, which turned a stark white, like jade. What is that? Wushuang wondered, but there was no turning back. This was his fourth spirit skill, blazing flames. Even a spirit king would feel it. How could Ning Xiao take it without even releasing his martial soul? In a heartbeat, Wushuang's flaming dragon arm slammed into Ning Xiao's jade-like hand. Bang! The flames erupted in Ning Xiao's hand like a bomb. The force made Ning Hao stumble. How is this possible? But what stunned Wushuang was that Ning Xiao hadn't budged an inch. Instead, the punch nearly shattered Wushuang's arm. And the burning flames didn't seem to affect Ning Xiao at all. Ning Xiao didn't answer Wushuang's question. He gripped Wushuang's dragon arm, not letting him pull it back. The flames had no effect on him. Wushuang's face paled as Ning Xiao's grip tightened like a vice. Things were bad. Wushuang tried to attack with his other arm, but Ning Xiao's other hand turned jade white too, and grabbed it. Then, Ning Xiao bent over and threw his weight into it. Wushuang couldn't resist that force, and Ning Xiao hurled him out of the ring. This was a competition, after all. As soon as Wushuang was outside the ring, he was disqualified. End of chapter. Chapter 94. Destroy each. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 94. Destroy each. Meow. Zhu Zhuqing glanced away when she saw Wu, but in the agility attack game, even a few seconds was a long time. Focusing again, Zhu Zhuqing unleashed her first two soul skills in rapid succession, Nether Thrust, Nether 100 Claws. Catching Wu off guard, she knocked out a support from Blazing Academy. The support landed on the ground with a bang, and only then did Wu snap back to attention. Anger flashed across Wu's face. Losing a support in just a few seconds had her fuming. Seeing Zhu Zhuqing aiming for her second support, Wu quickly released the resistance ring of fire to protect her. Zhu Zhuqing knew that Wu's move was tricky. Instead of getting tangled up, she dashed away, avoiding the ring's coverage. Watching Zhu Zhuqing leave a trail of afterimages, Wu felt a headache coming on. She had no choice but to stay on Zhu Zhuqing's tail, otherwise, Zhu Zhuqing would pick off the other support and Blazing Fire Academy would be done for. Wu had yet to see Zhu Zhuqing's third and fourth soul skills, meaning Zhu Zhuqing was still holding back. Wu felt humiliated. As a genius of the Blazing Academy who had reached level 43 at the age of 19, she was praised by her own father, the dean. Yet, she couldn't even force this girl, who was clearly younger, to go all out. Wu's composure was crumbling, and her usual battlefield awareness had vanished. Now, she was consumed by a burning desire to win. Even if she couldn't beat Zhu Zhuqing, she had to force her to reveal those hidden skills, or the loss would be too embarrassing. With 5 matches going on simultaneously, Elephant Armor Academy was fighting another small, unknown academy in the same round as Liuli Academy. Their opponents weren't particularly strong, so their fight was on one of the 4 rings surrounding the main stage. Elephant Academy's record wasn't great, 18 wins and 12 losses after 6 matches, having lost to the other 4 of the 5 Element Academies, Shrek Academy, and Liuli Academy. With those results, Elephant Academy was essentially out of the running. But the matches went on, a grand stage for every student to show their stuff. The 7 hulking students of Elephant Armor Academy roared in unison, stomping forward relentlessly, driving their opponents to the edge of the ring. This was Elephant Armor Academy's strategy: strong defense and brute strength. As long as they limited the opponent's movement, victory was practically guaranteed. The students from Elephant Armor Academy had already pushed their opponents to 1/3 of the ring, and victory was close. Suddenly, Hu Yanli felt something flying towards him. He looked up just in time to see a burning projectile hurtling his way. Hu Yanli was shocked, but it was moving too fast to dodge. He had to brace himself for impact. Bang! Hu Yanli collided with the flaming object, which bounced off and landed heavily on the ring. Hu Yanli was knocked back 5 steps, creating a gap in their otherwise impenetrable formation. Any decent team would have seized the opportunity to break through and turn the tables, but the Elephant Armor Academy's opponents were clueless. They were too stunned to capitalize on the opening. Hu Yanli rubbed his head, trying to figure out what the heck had just hit him. Whatever it was, it packed a serious punch. His opponents were so weak that he hadn't even bothered using his head soul bone, and his head still burned. Looking closer, Hu Yanli realized that the thing that had hit him was a person. He got to his feet. Wushuang, what are you doing? You're jumping into the ring to protect them? Hu Yanli demanded angrily. It was Wushuang. Did he think Wushuang was trying to help Xiangjia Academy's opponents? Wushuang stood up, rubbing his waist. Hu Yanli was surprisingly strong, having caught him square in the waist. He was lucky to have his fire dragon spirit, or that blow could have broken a rib. Wushuang scowled at Hu Yanli, retorting, "What makes you think I'd want to be here?" Wushuang was in a foul mood, having tried to sneak attack Liuli Academy's support. But even Ning Xiao, who didn't use her spirit, was too much. Not only had she blocked his 4th soul ability, she'd literally tossed him into the next ring. Now that Blazing Academy had lost Wushuang, their strongest attacker, he knew they had no shot at winning. With that, Wushuang rubbed his waist again and walked off the stage. Hu Yanli scratched his head, utterly confused. After a moment, his teammates reminded him to get back into position. Hu Yanli returned to his spot and the academy continued to push their opponents to the edge. Up in the stands, the crowd erupted in cheers. Ning Xiao! Ning Xiao! Ning Xiao! The chant echoed through the Seoul arena, and her popularity was undeniable. Yes. I bet on Ning Xiao, now pay up. Wait a minute, Ning Xiao didn't even use her spirit. That doesn't count. Are you kidding me? Ning Xiao beat Wushuang. Of course it counts. Arguments broke out in the corners of the arena, but the final outcome was uncertain. We've won. In the auditorium, a smile spread across Du Guyan's face. With Wushuang out of the picture, the end was just around the corner. Wushuang's tactic of surprise attacking the support was clever. However, he had underestimated Ning Xiao's strength. Ning Xiao's body had been tempered by the ice and fire herbs, strengthened by 4 terrifying soul rings, and fortified by the fusion of her left arm, torso, and external soul bones. Her raw physical strength alone was enough to take on an attacking Soul King. Wushuang's attacks primarily relied on his explosive dragon flame. Unfortunately for him, Ning Xiao's body was immune to fire. Bang! Shortly after Wushuang was eliminated, another person was tossed out of the ring. Wushuang had been supporting Fang Sua, but now Fang Sua and Su Haikua were free to team up and easily eliminate the level 38 attack-type Soul Master from Blazing Academy. However, Fang Sua and Su Haikua didn't try to take on the 2 level 39 agility attack-type Soul Masters. They weren't fast enough, and even with Zhao Yi and Lu Qiqi's help, they couldn't take them down quickly. Instead, Fang Sua and Su Haikua charged towards the back of Blazing Academy's formation, and Huo Wu immediately felt the pressure mounting. But Zhu Zhuqing, Zhao Yi, and Lu Qiqi were not going to team up with Fang Suhaikuo to attack Huo Wu. Fang Sua and Suhaikuo would hold Huo Wu back, while Zhu Zhuqing focused on leaving the battlefield alone. Zhu Zhuqing was the fastest in the agility attack department at her level. With the support of Zhao Yi and Lu Qiqi, she quickly threw the remaining 2 agility attack-type Soul Masters from Blazing Academy out of the ring. Finally, the 5 of them surrounded Huo Wu. Despite her ring of resistance fire, which could bounce off anyone who attacked, she was burning through her soul power too quickly and had to concede defeat. End of this chapter. Chapter 95 Ning Xiao #039, Guess, Cloud Bat Formation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Liuli Academy's victory over another 5 Elements Academy team only fueled their popularity, with many viewers now seeing them as the team with the most potential to win it all. Emperor Shui, visibly pleased, rose from his VIP seat to commend the academy, promising Ning Fengji rewards if Liuli Academy could bring the championship back to the Heaven Do Empire. Ning Fengji exchanged cheerful words with the emperor. Salus, however, wore a dark expression, his fear of Ning Xiao growing. The fact that Ning Xiao could send an attack-type soul sect directly into the next ring without even using his martial soul was terrifying. Because of Ning Xiao's affiliation with the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School, there was no chance of recruiting him. If left unchecked, he posed a significant threat to the Spirit Hall. Ning Xiao and his teammates quickly exited the soul fighting arena after the referee announced the result. The crowd's enthusiasm was overwhelming, and Ning Xiao wanted to avoid being mobbed. Ning Hao, are you holding up okay? Back at the hotel, the team immediately checked on Ning Hao, who'd played in every one of their dozen-plus matches, while others like Du Guyan had been rotated out. While auxiliary-type soul masters don't expend as much physical energy as combat-oriented ones, the drain on their soul power and mental focus is just as great, if not greater. Ning Hao smiled calmly as he sat on the sofa. I'm fine. As long as you guys are still fighting, my support will be there. We're backed by the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School, after all. How can we compete without the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Pagoda Soul Master? Hee, Brother Hao is right. You're our rock in these qualifiers, Ning Rongrong said sweetly, settling beside Ning Xiao. Zhao Yi proudly slung an arm around Ning Hao's shoulders. The support from the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Pagoda is top tier. With the rats backing me up, I feel like I could take on a Soul King. Ning Hao chuckled, just focus on attacking. I've got your back. Feng Sua and the others nodded in agreement with Zhao Ye's sentiment. The 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Pagoda is considered the best auxiliary martial soul. Having a 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Pagoda Soul Master on the team drastically improves overall combat effectiveness, which is why they chose to join the 7 Treasure Glazed sect. Ning Hao then turned to Ning Xiao and said, thanks. Wushuang's reckless charge had been dangerous, but Ning Hao had complete faith in Ning Xiao. And, as expected, Ning Xiao had handled the situation perfectly. We're brothers, mice, no need to thank me. Wushuang was just asking for it, why come over here? Ning Xiao said calmly, his tone hardening slightly. Anyone who messes with my support is asking for a fight. Ning Xiao's words warmed the hearts of Ning Rongrong, Yi Lingling, and Ning Hao. Having Ning Xiao watch their backs provided an extra sense of security. Much like months ago in the Sunset Forest, no monster dared approach their 3 support members, despite the intense battles. Ning Xiao, you're too violent. You literally threw Wushuang into the next ring. I saw Hu Yanli having to pick him up. I bet he won't be at full strength for days, Du Guyan said, a hint of schadenfreude on her face as she sat next to Ning Rongrong. The others exchanged surprised glances, realizing they hadn't fully grasped the situation at the time. The arenas weren't that far apart, but still, everyone chatted, basking in the glow of their recent victory. We've made it to the 19th round of qualifiers, with only 9 games left. We have one bye. The remaining 8 games include strong opponents like Kamikaze Academy, Thunder Academy, Tianshui Academy, and Shrek Academy, whom we haven't faced yet. Their lineups might not be as strong as ours, but I expect you all to take them seriously. Never underestimate your opponent. Remember, even a lion hunts a rabbit with everything it's got. Ning Xiao addressed everyone, emphasizing the point, confidence is good, but overconfidence leads to mistakes. Shrek Academy, in particular, was known for exploiting weaknesses. In the original timeline, the Emperor Fighting Team, Star Luo Royal Academy, and even Spirit Hall Academy had all fallen victim to Shrek Academy's tactics of defeating the strong with the weak. Ning Xiao didn't want his team to suffer the same fate. Ning Xiao, relax. You know me. Before I met you, I was pretty confident, thinking no one my age could surpass me. But you knocked me down a peg, showed me there's always someone better. Do you know how I felt when I found out you were 7 years younger than me? Du Guyen said, recalling the moment with a strange look. After a moment, Du Guyen started laughing. Boss Xiao, I get it. We've had a smooth run so far, thanks to you, but we won't get cocky. We'll underestimate our opponents tactically, but respect them strategically, the others added. After talking a while, Ning Xiao returned to 7 Treasure City. Since Ning Rongrong absorbed the head spirit bone and their connection, Ning Xiao has been researching the phenomenon. The Sutra Pavilion of the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School contains vast resources. After consulting them, Ning Xiao gained some insights. The key to the connection was his external soul bone, the cloud bat wing. Crystal-winged cloud bats rely heavily on spiritual power, and older bats can link their minds to coordinate their offense and defense. While reviewing these materials, 3 words flashed into Ning Xiao's mind, startling him: cloud bat formation. Ning Xiao shifted his research towards further developing his external spirit bone. Through mental links, it might be possible. Ning Rongrong's spirit bone skill also facilitates mental links. Although that soul bone didn't originate from a crystal-winged cloud bat, the spiritual connection allowed the cloud bat wing to connect with Ning Rongrong's head soul bone, which gave Ning Xiao the idea to merge Ning Rongrong into his body. Ning Xiao also experimented with Ning Hao, confirming that when Ning Hao used a spiritual link, Ning Xiao felt an urge to merge. He hasn't achieved true integration yet. He feels that something is missing, but once he finds the key, he can complete an alternative martial soul fusion technique, 2-in-1, 3-in-1, or even multi-in-1 martial soul fusion skills. He believes that his strength would undergo a dramatic transformation. Chapter 96. Liuli Shrek finally met. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 96. Liuli Shrek finally face off. The qualifying rounds were still going strong, and the audience's excitement had only intensified. Earlier matches were just warm-ups. Now, with the final spots on the line, the competing academies were fighting tooth and nail for a chance to advance. The top teams were now colliding head-on. These intense matchups were exactly what the audience craved. Even with ticket prices soaring, they were nearly impossible to get your hands on. The qualifiers reached the 22nd round. At this point, only Liuli Academy remained undefeated. Even the heavily favored Thunder Academy and Kamikaze Academy had each suffered a loss. Thunder Academy fell to Shenfeng Academy, and Shenfeng Academy lost to Blazing Academy in today's match. Blazing Academy had been having some seriously bad luck lately. After losing to Liuli Academy in the 19th round, their next 2 opponents were Tianshui Academy and Thunder Academy. With their star player Wushuang injured, Blazing Academy didn't stand a chance against them. They got a stroke of luck today when matched against Kamikaze Academy. Somehow, Blazing Academy managed to snap Kamikaze Academy's 21-game winning streak. In the end, Blazing Academy finished with a record of 22 wins and 4 losses. Kamikaze Academy ended with 22 wins and 1 loss. Liuli Academy had their 3rd match today, and Ning Xiao was particularly looking forward to their opponent, Shrek Academy. Shrek Academy's record was also respectable. After their match against Sanhui Academy, all of Shrek Academy's main players were seriously injured and forfeited 2 games against Thunder Academy and Kamikaze Academy. Shrek Academy's current record stood at 21 wins and 2 losses. Although they had 2 losses on their record, they never actually played against Shenfeng Academy and Thunder Academy, so it was hard to say who was stronger. At least, they won every game they participated in. Today's match, Shrek Academy vs Liuli Academy, was the real showdown. Shrek Academy had no reason to forfeit this time. For Shrek students, the Soul Master Classic tournament was all about experience. Ducking a strong opponent would defeat the entire purpose. Besides, Dai Mubai, Ma Hongjun, and the others weren't exactly known for backing down from a fight. The 3rd round hadn't started yet, and the 10 members of Liuli Academy were in their lounge. Du Guyen pulled out a booklet, opened it on the tea table, and everyone gathered around. I've been watching Shrek Academy's matches and put together this report. They might only have 2 soul sects, but they're a force to be reckoned with. Du Guyan wore a confident smile, which only made her look even more charming. As the vice-captain and control-type Soul Master of the Liuli team, Du Guyan was a core member of the team, second only to Ning Xiao in terms of influence. The booklet was filled with neat, beautiful handwriting, clearly organized by Du Guyan herself. A total of 11 people have competed for Shrek Academy. Captain Dai Mubai, a level 42 attack-type Soul Sect, and Vice-Captain Tang San, a level 41 control-type Soul Sect, are the strongest two on the team. Xiao Wu has reached level 39 and is one of Shrek Academy's main attackers. Speaking of Xiao Wu, Du Guyan glanced at Ning Xiao with an odd expression, knowing he paid special attention to her. Xiao Wu specializes in close-quarters combat and is incredibly strong in melee. Once she gets close, even attack-type Soul Sects can't escape a beating. But don't worry too much about Xiao Wu. If she plays, I'm sure our beloved boss Xiao will take care of her. After Du Guyan finished speaking, everyone looked at Ning Xiao, making him feel a little awkward. Ning Xiao started to speak, but decided against explaining himself. He may have made it obvious that he was interested in Xiao Wu, but that wouldn't make him pass up a chance to take her on in a fair fight. A 10,000-year soul bone would provide a huge boost in strength. Du Guyan continued her analysis. Ma Hongjun, Oscar, and Tai Long are the only others worth noting. Ma Hongjun has reached level 36. Even though his phoenix flame hasn't been purified, its explosive power is still greater than Wushuang's from Blazing Academy. Oscar is a food-type soul master. He may only be level 35, but his 3 support abilities can significantly enhance Shrek Academy's team. Tai Long is from the Li family, with impressive strength and high defense. As a level 38, Tai Long is highly resistant to attacks, and serves as a proper meat shield. Crimson Pearl, with healing abilities, is almost a low-rent version of Yi Lingling, and Jingling Huang Yuan is not remarkable. Du Guyan pointed to the names of the last 2 people that Ning Xiao didn't remember. The last 2 haven't even reached level 30. They're both agility-based attackers. They performed well when they played, but their levels are too low to be a real threat. However, as Ning Xiao said, a lion should use all its strength to fight a rabbit. Don't underestimate them. Tang San and Xiao Wu are only as old as Ning Xiao, Rongrong, and Zhu Qin. They clearly haven't had any fairy grass, so reaching this point means they are extraordinary. Du Guyan appeared calm and collected, a trait becoming of the team's strategist. We don't know who Shrek Academy will send out. Let me announce our roster now. Me, Ning Xiao, Ning Hao, Fang Sua, Zhu Qing, Zhao Yi, and Lu Qiqi. The tactical arrangement is. While Liuli Academy was discussing their tactics, Shrek Academy was doing the same in their lounge. All the participating students were present, along with teachers Yu Xiaojiang, Qin Ming, Flender, Lu Erlong, and Zhao Wuji. Liuli Academy was definitely a serious threat, and they couldn't afford to take them lightly. Flender sat aside with a serious expression and said nothing. Although Flender hoped to win this match and rake in the advertising fees, he knew facing Liuli Academy would be an uphill battle. Winning was important, but Flender didn't want his students to get hurt. Yu Xiaojiang looked equally serious. He was a master tactician, but arranging a strategy with such a disparity in strength was difficult. Xiao Wu, with her head down, grabbed her rabbit ears with both hands and mumbled to herself. Having finally met Liuli Academy, Xiao Wu knew Ning Xiao would target her if she played. Tang San frowned, also thinking of a plan. After a moment, a voice broke the silence. We can win. Everyone looked over to Tang San. Tang San continued, we can win this battle. Have you forgotten that the Huangdo team was also an insurmountable obstacle for us, but we still found a way to beat them? We are Shrek Academy, and each of us is a monster. If we can't even handle this, what does that say about our futures? Tang San's words ignited everyone's competitive spirit. They were young, eager to prove themselves. Yeah, we can win. Dai Mubai said, joining in. Dai Mubai extended his hand, and the other 11 Shrek students followed suit, stacking their hands together, shouting, Shrek will win. Yu Xiaojiang smiled. He saw the fire in these kids and believed they could shape their own destinies. Little San, since you have a plan, the tactics are up to you. I'll even allow you to use the 8 spider lances in this match. Chapter 97. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 97, the 10-year soul bone finally surfaces, the second round wrapped up, and the crowd was buzzing for the day's main event. Every seat was filled. Cheers for Liuli Academy and Shrek Academy clashed. Liuli Academy was a powerhouse, but Shrek Academy, that little school making a run for the top, struck a chord with the audience. They were the underdogs. Nobody cared about the other 4 rings. 90% of the fans, even in the VIP section, had their eyes glued to center stage. It's Ning Xiao. He's in the front. Is he finally gonna fight? The crowd went wild when they saw Ning Xiao leading Liuli Academy. He hadn't fought much, but with that insane spirit ring setup, Ning Xiao was a fan favorite. When Xiao Wu saw Ning Xiao standing in front, she felt a wave of dizziness hit her. Ning Xiao grinned when he spotted Xiao Wu, like he was already picturing those soul rings and bones in his grasp. Time to get ready. Time to unleash our spirits. On the Shrek side, Tang San and Dai Mubai both had yellow and purple spirit rings. The rest were rocking 2 yellows and a purple, a solid lineup for the qualifiers, but they were still outmatched today. Liuli Academy sent out 7 fighters, 6 soul sects and 1 soul master. That's 27 soul rings. And Ning Xiao's rings? Unbelievable. Begin, the referee yelled, and Ning Xiao charged straight for Xiao Wu on Shrek's flank. Chaos sword ready. Xiao Wu's face fell. She swore under her breath, then spun and booked it. Tang San glanced at Ning Xiao, looking grim. But he didn't stop him. Couldn't stop him. Anyway, Tang San knew Xiao Wu would be safer with Ning Xiao than with anyone else. Oscar chanted, whipping up recovery sausages, detox sausages, and mushroom flying sausages, which he handed to Tang San, who passed them out to the team. The others started moving too. Dai Mubai led the charge, with Tai Long, Ma Hongjun, Jingling, and the others right behind him. They stormed towards the other side. Dai Mubai took a quick look at Zhu Zhuqing across the way, and his expression flickered. But he composed himself. This was a match. Stick to the plan, no matter what. White Tiger King Kong transformation. Dai Mubai didn't hesitate, popping his buff skills and going head-to-head with Fang Sua, Liuli Academy's strongest player. Tai Long and Zhu Zhuqing went at it. Zhu Zhuqing was lightning fast, but Tai Long was holding his own with his brute strength. Zhu Zhuqing was an agility fighter. She couldn't hit as hard as he could. Tai Long guarded his weak spots, trying to run out the clock, while Zhu Zhuqing, at a higher level, couldn't find a way through. Ma Hongjun, Jingling, Lu Qiqi, and Zhao Yi were locked in a brawl. Ma Hongjun used his phoenix wings to fly, giving him the high ground against ground-based soul masters. Even Lu Qiqi's thrown Xianjing daggers couldn't get Ma Hongjun to relax. Jingling had it the worst. His skeleton martial soul was decent, but Zhao Ye's chasing wind leopard was faster. Zhao Yi was 8 levels higher than Jingling, and Ning Hao was buffing his speed. Jingling was getting wrecked. Tang San and Du Guyan, the 2 control-type soul masters, hung back, watching each other. Tang San's blue-silver grass trembled, like he was holding back some big move. Du Guyan was wreathed in a huge green energy snake. Its mouth gaped, and the snake flicked its tongue, hissing. Du Guyan's 2 yellow and 2 purple soul rings pulsed. She was calm, but she wasn't taking Tang San lightly, not with that external spirit bone of his. She was ready to use her 4th soul skill at a moment's notice. The host uses the Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, currently causing double damage. Ning Xiao ignored the other fights and zeroed in on Xiao Wu. The arena was only about 60 meters across. Xiao Wu couldn't run forever. Ning Xiao was right on her tail. Each hit from Ning Xiao elicited a polite greeting from Xiao Wu. What are you doing? How can Xiao Wu be held up by Ning Xiao? The crowd was puzzled by what they were seeing. The cheering died down as everyone stared at the bizarre scene on the ring. Go Xiao Wu! Xiao Wu, fight back! Throw him! You got this, Xiao Wu, that the average fan couldn't see what was going on as clearly as the experts in the VIP seats. Seeing Xiao Wu last this long against Ning Xiao, her supporters started cheering. The host uses the Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, which currently causes an additional drop, and the host obtains the right arm's soul bone of the soft bone rabbit. He had trapped Xiao Wu in a corner and wailed on her for a minute, turning her scorpion braid into chopped straw. Then, Ning Xiao spotted a key message in the stream of system alerts. Jackpot. Ning Xiao mentally fist-pumped, beating up Xiao Wu was the most cost-effective move. Even one drop was worth more than everything Ning Xiao had gotten from killing other soul beasts for years. Ning Xiao hesitated, giving Xiao Wu a chance to catch her breath. She was 2 meters away from Ning Xiao, bent over and panting. Xiao Wu was covered in sweat. Her hair was a mess, and her clothes were rumpled, but she didn't have any visible injuries. Ning Xiao wasn't trying to spill any blood, so he mostly hit her with the flat of the blade, inflicting pain and bruises but no cuts. Xiao Wu glared at Ning Xiao but didn't retaliate. Even with her powerful melee skills, like the waist bow and 8-stage fall, Xiao Wu wasn't strong enough to take on Ning Xiao. Xiao Wu didn't try to find an opening to escape. As long as Ning Xiao wasn't focused on the rest of the battlefield, Tang San's plan could come together. Change. Tang San shouted, reminding his teammates. Then, he stuffed 3 large recovery sausages into his mouth, holding them without swallowing. Suddenly, Tang San moved. His 3rd and 4th spirit rings pulsed, and he quickly swallowed the sausages to replenish his spirit power. Tang San bent over and slammed his palms on the ground. Dozens of purple-blue vines, half a meter thick, burst out of the ground where Dai Mubai and the others were fighting Zhu Zhuqing and the rest. The blue-silver vines shot up 3 meters, channeling Ning Xiao's 3rd soul skill, explosive killing and earth tribulation. The area wasn't as big, and it didn't cover the entire ring, but it blanketed the fight between Dai Mubai, Fang Sua, Zhu Zhuqing, Tai Long, Ma Hongjun, Lu Qiqi, Zhao Yi, and Jing Ling. The blue-silver vines appeared out of nowhere. No one knew what they would do, but they couldn't be ignored. Dai Mubai, Tai Long, Ma Hongjun, and Jingling had eaten a sausage when Tang San shouted. As the blue-silver vines burst out of the ground, a pair of illusory wings appeared on their backs. End of chapter. Chapter 98 Surrounding. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 98, Surrounded. Tang San was wiped out. Even pounding back 3 recovery sausages couldn't bring him back to life. He'd just thrown down 4 boosted 4th spirit abilities. The drain on his spirit and mental power was insane. In that one shot, he burned through almost 80% of his spirit energy. Tang San grinned. Even though it cost him, Shrek Academy had the upper hand. Tang San's 4th spirit ability, Ghost Spider Web, usually only tied down one target. But it was super tough, impossible to break, and he could sling it anywhere his mind could reach. Tang San was a true master with his spirits. Using that as a base, he developed the Ghost Spider Impaling Array, a modified version of his Ghost Spider Web. He could fire off his 4th spirit ability multiple times in an instant, turning blue-silver vines into brutal ground spikes that exploded from under his targets, and each vine carried the poison of the man-faced demon spider. They didn't even have to hit. The poisonous gas alone could knock someone dizzy, paralyzed, or even flat-out dead. This was Shrek's plan, and so far, it was crushing. Tang San knew Liuli Academy was undefeated in the last 20 days of competition, which was bound to breed some cockiness, and he was banking on it. Shrek Academy's team was generally weaker than Liuli's. That meant the other team wouldn't be blasting out their strongest 3rd and 4th spirit abilities right off the bat. Dai Mubai, Ma Hongjun, and the others stalled Liuli Academy's heavy hitters, buying Tang San the time he needed and bunching up the targets. Xiao Wu also lured away Ning Xiao, so he wouldn't see what was coming. Right when the moment was right, Tang San unleashed the Ghost Spider Impaling Array. Dai Mubai and the others popped flying mushroom sausages and launched into the air to dodge the attack. The 4 Liuli Academy members were caught completely off guard. Then, Ma Hongjun rained down phoenix fire from above, turning all the blue-silver vines into a sea of flames, and Dai Mubai joined in with his white tiger meteor shower. Liuli Academy was doomed. Once those key players were down, Tang San would use his 8 spider lances to take out Duguian and Ning Xiao. Then, the whole team could focus on Ning Xiao. Tang San figured that even with Ning Xiao's high-level spirit ring setup, he couldn't handle all 7 of them at once. Tang San smirked. Everything was going according to plan, controlling the battlefield, controlling his teammates, controlling himself. That's what being a control system spirit master was all about. But Tang San's smile froze on his face. He spotted a beam of rainbow light flash onto Duguian from the 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda, and Duguian started to move. Her 4th spirit ring glowed, and she raised her right hand, a swirl of purple-green gas forming in her palm. With a sweep of her arm, the green snake coiled around her broke free and shot forward. The snake grew huge as it flew, instantly turning into a massive, green serpent, over a yard thick and 20 yards long. This was Duguian's 4th spirit ability, Poisonous Spirit Snake Control. The spirit beast behind this ring was a 7,000-year-old jade phosphorus snake. Just like Duguian's spirit, by making a giant jade phosphorus snake from pure energy, she could use it to absorb all sorts of toxins. Duguian could choose whether to send that energy back into her own body to boost her power, or spit the toxins out at her enemies. With Ning Xiao's 3rd spirit ability buffing her, Duguian's 4th spirit ability was even more powerful. The giant snake moved with blinding speed, barreling into Tang San's ghost spider impaling array. It weaved through the gaps, swallowing up the poisonous gas as it went. Then, it reared its head and spat a few gobs of poison at Dai Mubai and the others in the air, scaring them into flapping their wings and chowing down on the detox sausages they'd brought along. But Oscar's detoxifying sausage was only his 2nd spirit ability, from a 100-year soul ring. And the poison that the jade phosphor snake was spewing was the exact same poison it had taken from Tang San. This was Tang San's 4th spirit ring ability, the venom from the 6,000-year-old man-faced demon spider. The sausage helped, but Dai Mubai and the others were still feeling dizzy. They could barely keep themselves in the air, trying to get high enough to avoid any ground attacks. The big snake didn't waste time trying to hit them. It turned its attention to Zhu Zhuqing and the others, quickly wrapping them up. As the jade phosphorus snake made contact, it sucked the toxins right out of their bodies, completely nullifying Tang San's man-faced demon spider venom. The snake kept moving, pulling Zhu Zhuqing, Fang Sua, Zhao Yi, and Lu Qiqi to Tang San's side. Then it coiled around Tang San and Oscar, trapping them. The snake's massive head loomed above them, blocking their escape route. Now, Zhu Zhuqing, Fang Sua, Zhao Yi, and Lu Qiqi had Tang San and Oscar pinned from all sides. The situation had flipped in a heartbeat, and the crowd went wild. Yu Xiaojiang and Qin Ming in the stands weren't happy either. They knew Tang San's strategy hinged on Liuli Academy underestimating him, just like when he took on the Emperor Fighter Team and Fierce God Team. He was planning to unload everything at once, but they didn't expect Team Liuli to play it so safe. Even with such a massive level gap, the instant 4th spirit ability not only wrecked Tang San's plan but trapped him. The regular viewers couldn't see anything inside the snake's coils, but they knew 4 Liuli Academy members were in there, while only 2 Shrek students were, making it pretty clear who had the upper hand. With 4 spirit sects attacking at once, Yu Xiaojiang wasn't sure if Tang San could hold out. Oscar was freaking out, sticking close to Tang San, and Tang San's face was grim. This was totally unexpected. Without a second thought, Tang San unleashed the 8 spider lances hidden in his spirit bone. Yu Xiaojiang said he could use the 8 spider lances this time, but Tang San didn't want to show his hand too early. This was the perfect opportunity. The snake was blocking everyone's view. Tang San, you just burned through all your spirit energy with that 4th spirit ability, right? How are you going to handle the 5 of us on your own? Fang Sua sneered. Even though Tang San was weaker than him, he wasn't taking any chances. He wasn't about to forget Ning Xiao's warning. 4th spirit ability, Rampaging Bear Might. 2nd spirit ability, Wrath of the Bear. Fang Sua cranked out 2 self-buffs to pump up his strength. Then, 2 massive bear paws appeared on his hands. Tang San's eyes narrowed. From a distance, the paws looked like they were made of spirit energy. But up close, Tang San knew what they were. An external spirit bone. Tang San realized, a level 49 attack-type spirit sect with an external spirit bone. Tang San could only imagine the raw power this guy was packing. Fang Suo charged, and the others moved. Zhao Yi unleashed his deadliest fourth spirit ability, Shadow Leopard Ambush, his body morphing into a silver leopard as he lunged for Tang San. Lu Qiqi stayed put, only her first and fourth spirit rings glowing. First spirit ability, Mystical Crystal Split. Fourth spirit ability, Targeted Kill. The mystical crystal dagger in Lu Qiqi's hand split into 16 throwing knives. Her fourth spirit ability locked onto its target, sending the knives flying at Tang San. Zhu Zhuqing didn't join the attack on Tang San. Her third spirit ability, Netherworld Stealth, and her fourth spirit ability, Netherworld Shadow Clone, were special skills. While they were powerful, her direct attack power was weaker than Zhao Yi and Lu Qiqi, but Zhu Zhuqing was moving, and her target wasn't Tang San. With everyone's focus on Tang San, she pounced on Oscar. Arg! Oscar screamed as Zhu Zhuqing raked him with her cat claws, knocking him out cold. Chapter 99 Tang San injured, Xiao Wu explodes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 99, Tang San down. Xiao Wu loses it. Hang in there, Tang San. The crowd was going wild for Liuli Academy, but one guy from Shenfeng Academy was sweating it. Ever since Blazing Academy ate dirt against Shrek, Feng Xiaotian and Huo Wu made a deal. If Feng Xiaotian could take down Tang San, Huo Wu would go out with him. Now, Feng Xiaotian showed up to cheer for Shrek before every match. He didn't want Tang San to lose to just anyone. Feng Xiaotian was paranoid that Huo Wu might have made the same deal with someone else. If some random dude beat Tang San, and Huo Wu fell for him, Feng Xiaotian would be toast. If Tang San lost, it was just a loss. But for Feng Xiaotian, it meant losing everything. Ning Xiao saw what was happening in the ring, but just glanced and went back to his job. It was 6-on-6, a fair fight. Ning Xiao just needed to keep Xiao Wu busy. Brother, not seeing Tang San in trouble, Xiao Wu freaked and yelled, worried sick. Her third soul ring lit up, and she used teleport to try and get past Ning Xiao and save Tang San. She blinked 5 meters, but as soon as she was about to run, Ning Xiao was right in her face. His black chaos blade flashed, and Xiao Wu threw up her hands to block, scrambling to use her soul power to defend herself. Thwack, star. The chaos blade clipped Xiao Wu's arm, sending her staggering back 5 meters. Her arm throbbed, but Xiao Wu didn't give a damn. All she cared about was Tang San. Her face was tight with fury. She glared at Ning Xiao and snapped, Ning Xiao, I don't have time for this. Get out of my way. Tang San's crisis sent Xiao Wu over the edge. Soul power surged through her, and she charged at Ning Xiao, desperate to break through. Too bad for her, Ning Xiao wasn't about to let that happen. Xiao Wu came at him head-on, and Ning Xiao whacked her back with a blade strike. The power and the critical hit kept her pinned in place. Xiao Wu teleported, and Ning Xiao teleported right after her, knocking her back again. Bang. Bang. Bang, star. The giant green snake had everything blocked off, so nobody could see what was going on inside. But the muffled sounds told the story of a brutal fight. Every few seconds, Tang San screamed, which only made Xiao Wu more frantic. Her eyes burned with rage. Ignoring the pain, she kept throwing herself at Ning Xiao. Xiao Wu looked like she'd gone completely feral. If her full power was still intact, Ning Xiao would have already turned tail and run, but losing her 10-year cultivation base during the transformation meant she was now just a level 39 soul master. Any other soul sect would have been a ragdoll in her hands. But she was up against Ning Xiao. Ning Xiao's soul ring and soul bone bonuses put him way above anyone else at his level. He had Xiao Wu completely locked down, plus, Xiao Wu had stopped trying to hide and was charging straight at him. Ning Xiao didn't have to waste time chasing her. He had the perfect chance to finish her. And he wasn't about to waste it. One soul bone wasn't enough. Little San. 3 bro. Young Master 3, seeing Tang San trapped by the jade phosphorus snake, Dai Mubai, Ma Hongjun, and the others in the air saw it too. They knew Tang San was in serious trouble. 1 against 4, they started to fly to his rescue. but Du Guyan moved first, her third soul ring lit up, and purple-black poison gas billowed out of her body. Her third soul skill, by phosphorus purple poison enhancement, soul power flowed through her hand. This time, she didn't spread the poison across the ring. Instead, she condensed it and shot it into the sky, creating a thick purple-black screen that cut off the Shrek team in the air from everyone on the ground. Dai Mubai's face went grim. He knew how deadly Du Guyan's poison was. 2 years ago, Xiao Wuji, a level 76 soul sage, almost succumbed to it. Dai Mubai wasn't about to underestimate that poison. Plus, it spread in a nasty way. It could be absorbed through the air, through skin contact, and could even eat away at soul power. Everyone, be careful. This poison is no joke. Don't touch it. Dai Mubai warned his teammates. Tai Long, Ma Hongjun, and Jingling had never seen it before, but they could sense the danger. Fatty, try burning it with your flames, Dai Mubai said to Ma Hongjun. My gut tells me fire can shut it down. Got it. Ma Hongjun nodded and activated his second soul skill, Phoenix on Fire, his third soul skill, Phoenix Wing Soaring to the Heavens, and second, Phoenix Fire Bath, both enhanced his flames. Using them together made the flames incredibly pure. First soul skill, Phoenix Fire Wire. Ma Hongjun opened his mouth and blasted a stream of scarlet flame toward the poison gas. The flame hit the poison gas, and there was a continuous puff-puff sound. The flame was actually burning the poison away. Ma Hongjun felt a surge of excitement. His martial soul was a phoenix, after all. This was his moment. On the ground, Du Guyan sneered. With a thought, she condensed part of the toxin in the air into tiny purple-black snakes that lunged at the flames. The phoenix flames burned the snakes to ashes, but the power of the flames was fading fast. It was now a battle of soul power. Ma Hongjun was throwing everything he had at it, and it was draining him. Du Guyan was using her third and fourth soul skills at the same time, but she was at a much higher level. Plus, Ning Xiao's 40% soul power boost kept her topped off. Your flames do restrain my poison, but my poison is a blend of 7 of the deadliest substances. Your edge isn't as big as you think. Du Guyan sneered and kept condensing toxins to fight Ma Hongjun. Ma Hongjun looked like hell. He could feel his soul power being sucked dry. Dai Mubai's face darkened. He told Tai Long and Jingling, you guys get out of here. Xiao Ao's flying mushroom sausages only last a minute, and time's almost up. Du Guyan's poison is brutal. If you land and she jumps you, you won't be able to stop her. Roger. Tai Long and Jingling nodded and flew towards the stands before the flying mushroom sausages wore off. Leaving the ring meant they were out. Fatty, full power. Punch a hole. I'll wait for the opening. Then you get out of here. You're burning through too much power, Dai Mubai told Ma Hongjun. Ma Hongjun was still blasting fire and couldn't talk, but he locked eyes with Dai Mubai. They were in sync. Ma Hongjun's eyes were blazing. He stopped blasting fire, took a huge breath, and spewed out an even more ferocious flame, turning into a basketball-sized fireball that barreled toward the poison gas. Dai Mubai moved, flapping his wings right behind the fireball. His first soul ring pulsed, and he used his first soul skill to raise the white tiger barrier, *CHH*, the fireball slammed into the poison mist, weakening it at the point of impact. Dai Mubai was lightning fast. He burst through the weak spot, protected by the white tiger barrier. Du Guyan and Ning Xiao weren't far off. Dai Mubai knew he couldn't help Tang San right now. He needed to take out Liuli Academy's control-type soul sect and its support. Without the 7 treasures, glazed tile pagoda and the poison field, Liuli Academy would be a lot weaker. Only then, working with Tang San and Xiao Wu, would they have a chance. Chapter 100 Shrek 5 Monsters, Seriously Injured. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 100 The 5 Shrek Monsters, Seriously Injured. After Ma Hongjun cleared a path for Dai Mubai, he flapped his phoenix wings and staggered towards the audience. That fireball had taken over 90% of his soul power. After flying out of the ring using his phoenix wings, Ma Hongjun was completely drained. Bang starred that he lost his wings and rushed the remaining distance to the stands purely on momentum. His massive weight caused several audience members who tried to dodge him to get slammed, coughing up blood. They were freaked out, but knowing Ma Hongjun was a powerful soul master, they didn't dare cause a scene and just chalked it up to bad luck. Supported by their friends, they immediately left to get treatment, abandoning any thoughts of seeing the rest of the fight. Ma Hongjun was in rough shape himself. The collision had taken a toll. Pale-faced, he lay on the ground, too weak to even stand. Boss Dai, third brother, Xiao Wu, it's all up to you now, Ma Hongjun thought, cheering on his teammates. Red June, seeing his student injured, Grandmaster Flender rushed over. Ma Hongjun hadn't had enough soul power to fly toward Shrek Academy, so he'd just flown to the closest spot. Flender poured soul power into Ma Hongjun, trying to help him recover. Suddenly, Flender felt something flying towards him. Worried about his student, Flender instinctively focused his soul power and slapped at the object. Boss F, stop, thought it was Lu Erlong's voice, panicked. Flender paused, confused. He looked up and froze. It was Dai Mubai, and he wasn't flying, he was being thrown. Dai Mubai couldn't control his body in the air. If Flender's palm hit him, he'd be seriously injured. Flender desperately tried to pull back his hand, but he'd hesitated too long. Dai Mubai was moving fast, and Flender didn't have time to react. Bang! Dai Mubai's body collided with Flender's palm. Flender managed to pull back most of his soul power at the last second, but the blow still made Dai Mubai cough up blood. Mubai! Flender went white with shock. Lu Erlong, who had rushed over, caught Dai Mubai and carried him back to the stands. Dai Mubai had already passed out. A long, bloody gash from a blade ran down his arm, staining it red. There was also a palm-shaped bruise on his chest from Flender's attack. Healing-type soul masters rushed over to treat Dai Mubai and Ma Hongjun, but to understand why Dai Mubai had been thrown, we need to rewind about 10 seconds. 10 seconds earlier, with Ma Hongjun's help, Dai Mubai had broken through the poisonous fog and emerged above ground. Seeing Dugu Yen and Ning Xiao nearby, Dai Mubai grinned. Dugu Yen is weakened by the poison, and her melee ability is trash. She used her third and fourth soul skills in quick succession, draining her. She won't be able to use the poisonous fog again. And Ning Xiao has no attack power. This'll be easy. Dai Mubai activated his third spirit ability, White Tiger Vajra transformation, to boost his strength, then immediately followed up with his fourth, White Tiger Meteor Shower. The White Tiger Meteor Shower could attack a group or focus its energy on a single target, and it automatically locked on to its target. Dai Mubai figured even a Soul King would have trouble with this attack, let alone Dugu Yen, who was only level 49. He'd take out Dugu Yen and Ning Xiao in one fell swoop. Great plan, but reality had other ideas. As Dai Mubai charged up, he saw something flying towards him at high speed. Frowning, Dai Mubai glanced to the side and saw a massive black blade hurtling his way. It was insanely fast, and its power seemed capable of tearing through the very air. At that speed, there was no dodging. Dai Mubai knew he'd be badly hurt if it hit him. Panicked, Dai Mubai aborted his fourth soul skill. He channeled his soul power into his tiger palms and braced for impact. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, currently causing poison damage, and the target has been poisoned. The black blade, of course, had been thrown by Ning Xiao. He'd said no one could touch him while he was supporting. Dai Mubai had broken that rule. Dai Mubai's reaction was too late. His arm cracked, bones breaking. The force of the impact threw him out of the ring. Taking advantage of Ning Xiao's attack on Dai Mubai, Xiao Wu teleported repeatedly to break through Ning Xiao's blockade and reach the area surrounded by the green phosphorus snake. What she saw made her furious. Tang San was covered in blood, his 8 spider lances broken in 3 places. He was swinging a hammer around him. Oscar lay nearby, covered in hundreds of cat claw marks, seemingly dead. Fong Suo's bare paw spirit bone showed signs of breaking. His body was bruised and purple, injured by blunt force. Fong Suo, the only pure attack type, had taken the brunt of Tang San's hammer blows. He was seriously injured. Although Fang Suo had broken the 8 spider lances with his spirit bone bear paw, he'd been poisoned when he made contact. He was barely holding it back with his external spirit bone. Zhu Zhuqing, Zhao Yi, and Lu Qiqi, the agility-based attackers, were in better shape. Tang San kept swinging the hammer. The 3 agility types couldn't hurt him, but he couldn't move either, and he couldn't hit them. The faster Tang San swung, the stronger the wind, keeping Fang Suo at bay. Fang Suo was grim. His spirit power was level 49, and he had an external spirit bone bear paw, yet he couldn't even get close to Tang San, who was only level 42. Zhu Zhuqing, Lu Qiqi, and Zhao Yi stood with Fang Suo. They knew Tang San was charging a powerful attack, but they couldn't stop it. After fighting Tang San for so long, Fang Suo and the others were low on soul power. The giant jade phosphorus snake was connected to Duguyen. What it saw, she saw. The jade phosphorus snake looked grim. Duguyen sensed that once Tang San fully charged his attack, her jade phosphorus snake form wouldn't be able to stop him. So this is the guy Ning Xiao warned us about. His tricks are endless. Twin martial souls, and one is actually the clear sky hammer, Duguyen said solemnly. You're all going to die. Xiao Wu was livid. She'd never seen Tang San this hurt. Her anger spiked. Xiao Wu radiated a powerful aura that even Zhu Zhuqing and the others didn't dare approach. Xiao Wu broke through at this time. Interesting. A voice spoke. It was Ning Xiao, who had teleported in. Boss Xiao. Fang Suo and the others cheered and hurried behind Ning Xiao. Even Zhu Zhuqing stood behind him, as if she'd found her backbone. Ning Xiao held his blade, his eyes on Tang San and Xiao Wu, but he didn't move. After 10 seconds, Xiao Wu's aura stabilized. She had mastered her level 40 spirit power, and her physical condition had returned to its peak. If Xiao Wu formed her 4th soul ring, she'd be a true soul sect, but even though she was furious, she wouldn't risk it. If her soul beast identity was exposed, it would mean doom for her and Tang San. Congratulations, Xiao Wu. You're level 40, Ning Xiao said with a faint smile, looking almost kind, but Xiao Wu just glared at him. Give up. You can't beat me. Tang San's disorderly cloak wind hammer technique is powerful, but I can deal with it. Ning Xiao's words had no effect. She was Tang San's soft spot, and he was hers. He was this badly hurt. How could Xiao Wu do nothing? Xiao Wu teleported, rushing toward Fang Suo. She knew the 3 agility types couldn't have hurt Tang San like that. Fang Suo must have been the one. Now that he was exhausted, if Xiao Wu could get close, she'd give him a swift kick and get revenge for Tang San. Seeing Xiao Wu attack, Ning Xiao frowned, a hint of anger in his eyes. Enough, Xiao Wu. It's over. Ning Xiao yelled, his 1st soul ring flashing. Black energy wrapped around the chaos knife. He blurred and appeared in front of Xiao Wu. She couldn't dodge. Ning Xiao slashed her shoulder, knocking her to the ground. Blood gushed out. The spray of blood made Xiao Wu look miserable, but in Ning Xiao's mind, a pleasant voice chimed. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the 1st soul skill Phantom Tribulation, which triggers a critical strike effect, causing an additional drop at the moment, and the host obtains the torso soul bone of the soft bone rabbit. End of this chapter.